Hey everyone, this is the Chaotic Dragon here again. Here, let me get these headphones off. Alright, now that I know that you can hear me, today what we've got for you is a cheaper variant to the Blue Eyes deck. As everyone knows, the Blue Eyes deck got a bunch of reprints and etc. So basically, let's go through the deck profile and then I'll do the explanations. Alright, triple Blue Eyes White Dragon, one Dragon Core Hexer, one Red Eyes Metal, BLS, Dragon Spirit of White, Light Pulsar, Tefnuit, Vice Dragon, Keeper, 2 Maxi, 1 Protector, Stone of the Ancients, 1 Master with the Eyes of Blue, 1 White Stone Legend, 3 Maiden with Eyes of Blue, 1 for 1 Geki, Wingbeat, 3 Trade In, 3 Dragon Shrine, 1 Dragon's Mirror, 3 Silver's Cry, 2 Wonder Wand, 2 Call, 3 Champions Vigilance. First of the Dragons, Star Eater, Azure Eyes, Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, Star Spark, Michael, the Galaxy Eyes Core, Prime Armor, and Dark Matter, Dragulon, Thunder End, Divine Knight Felgrand, and Slacker Magician. Now for the explanations of everything. Now, mind you, this is the cheapest version of the deck. This is what I call Chaos Blue Eyes. So the idea of this deck is we're going to play cards that are, for the most part, cheap. And probably the most expensive card you have in the main deck is going to be Maxi. The rest of this deck you can find for pretty relatively cheap. That's just the matter of it. And some of these cards you don't necessarily need, but I'll get into that. Alright, first off, we've got this card. Now, this is the first thing you're going to look at is Dragon Core Hexer. You're thinking, why are you playing this? You're not playing Ultima Azoken, which isn't a very expensive card. But that's not the build of this deck. We're building this deck for the fairly cheap. And the only reason why it's in here is because it's a dark monster and it has 3,000 defense points and can be summoned by Silver's Cry. Ultimately, our goal here is just to go to your standard Blue Eyes plays with a few Chaos plays to back it up. Obviously, what you want to end the board with when you're going first or second or what have you, you want to end the board with a Champion's Vigilance and any of these 4 monsters right here. Or well, I think this one only counts. Yeah, he only counts in the hand or in the graveyard, but one of these 4 monsters on the board. That's what you want. You want one of these 4 on the board. So when you have your Champion's Vigilance, you can just negate anything. It is basically Solemn Judgment. Negate anything. Negate a summon, negate a spell, or a trap. Easy. Easy. No explanation needed. Okay, we got Red Eyes Arctis Metal. I mean, there's a little miniature loop with Light Pulsar there. That's also a dark monster, which can be banished for Pulsar or BLS. Not that you want to banish it, but it's an option if necessary. BLS, 3000 Beat Stick. Can't go wrong. Spirit Dragon, get rid of that back row. That's a pain in the ass. Light Pulsar, it dies. It brings back one of these 3 actually. Vice Dragon, Red Eyes, or Core Hexer. Tefnuit and Vice Dragon. These are your going second opening player cards. And now the reason why you're probably wondering is why I play Vice Dragon and Tefnuit. Light and dark. That's simple. That's why we don't care. They're just a dark and a light dragon. That's all it is. They perfectly serve the same purpose. Keeper of the Shrine, it's a hand trap / graveyard trap. One of the dragons dies, he comes out. Defend your life points. That's its ultimate goal. Or gives you back one of these normal guys if it's necessary. Maxi, draw you cards. Protector, help you go into Slacker or get extra summons out. Like, if you get the right hand of Blue Eyes, Protector, and Maiden, voila. You got 2 Blue Eyes, which means you end the board with an Azure Eyes or a Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon and a Blue Eyes, which is your goal. Another way to get one of your Blue Eyes Dragons out. Master, Blue Eyes Dragons out. That's basically it. White Stone, search your Blue Eyes out so you can use Trade In. Maiden, because it gets you Blue Eyes from everywhere. 1 for 1 to give you any one of your level 1s. Blow up the monsters on your opponent's side. Blow up the back row, which is the combo here with this card and Vice Dragon and Tefnuit. So basically what your opponent does is they see one of these 2 guys and they probably ignore it. Usually they wait for something a little more dangerous. They wait for the Synchro monster that's going to come, or they wait for the, they wait for Tefnuit to get tributed, for Sue, and then they do it, whatever they're going to do. I prefer just to go ahead and throw, or Light Pulsar. Light Pulsar is the only one that you really don't want to do that combo with, because Light Pulsar is a threatening card to most players, but when they say Tefnuit or Vice Dragon, most players kind of ignore it, so you take advantage and you wing beat their ass. Trade In. You've got a ton of level 8 monsters. In fact, you've got 6 to my knowledge, so you got 6 targets, and 3 of them are searchable. Dragon Shrine, fill up that graveyard so your Chaos monsters are live. Or you can empty out dead cards in your hand. For example, if you send Spirit of White and Light Pulsar, and let's say you have Dragon Core Hexer and Blue Eyes in your hand, well, look at that. You can get rid of 2 cards you cannot use to at least get a monster you can use. And when it dies, it will give you back one of those monsters. Just in that example, Dragon's Mirror, so we can get First of the Dragons, like I've been preaching. If you play a deck with normal monsters, you probably should play First of the Dragons. It is a powerful monster. Being able to tell other people that aren't playing normal monsters, good luck getting through this, is fun. And sometimes you make them waste their plays. Because a lot of players have this bad habit of not reading your cards. So, that being said, they don't read First of the Dragons, and therefore, they ram into it, the dragon survives, or... you know, they try to blow it up with a monster effect, like Judgment Dragon, or Trishula, or... I'm just dying. Anyway. And they go into that route. And then, of course, that doesn't die. Alright. So then they waste time drawing, searching, trying to get to a card that can get rid of it, which is either going to be a Kaiju, or it's going to be a Magic or a Trap card, or if they are playing Blue Eyes, like in a mirror match, which I think I got that, you'll see what I'm talking about. They'll go through hoops to get rid of this dragon. That's the beauty of it. It's not the dragon itself that's really that powerful. It's what your opponent has to go through to get rid of it. Star Eater, for the off chance that we would get Red Eyes at a level 1. Azure Eyes and Spirit Dragon, obviously. Star Spark, and Michael. Now, Star Spark can only be summoned through Spirit Dragon. That's fine. Michael can be summoned that way or through with Tefnuit and Light Pulsar, plus a tuner, the Galaxy Eyes Dragons, because they're good. Dragulon. This card is going to help you fight other dragon decks, and a lot of decks play dragons that a lot of people forget. Like Scarlight, for example, is a dragon that is good. So any deck that synchros, if you, under the right circumstances, you could even take a clear wing from your opponent. A clear or a crystal wing. Under the right circumstances. For example, if you bait it out, like say, I don't know, this deck, for example, would probably bait it out with Ancient Stone. Or White Stone, because they're like, no, I don't want you searching and drawing shit, you know. So they'll do that, or they'll, if you got BLS, you try to do that, they'll negate it. And then you'll make your Dragulon play, and then you'll just steal it, and now it's yours. Thunder End Dragon, board wipe. He kind of serves the same purpose as Scarlight, so for most players, Thunder End will blow up all the monsters. Belgrand, this is your one-time and effect stopper, or, protective card. He's either one. Slacker Magician is a stall card. Sometimes you need it. Again, ignore this sideboard here. With all of my decks, you will see full 15 cards sideboards, but they're just cards that I think help. And I've been against the crazy matchups that you'll come across on DevPro. So you can basically ignore the sideboard and play what you need to play. For whatever event you're going to, or for whatever, locals you go to, there. And that's that. I'm going to get you the replay video here later today after this video has been uploaded, so stay tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to help me out, there will be a link in the description to my Amazon page. So have a good day, guys.